Yay, sorry.
All right, so then, shall we go ahead and call the meeting to order? And then we have the minutes from March. Does anyone have comments on minutes from March? No? Motion to approve?
I will move to approve the minutes from March 17th.
Okay. Second?
I'll second.
Aaron seconds. All right, so the minutes are approved and we'll go on to our first agenda item, the art walk update and next steps. And then we are also wanting to allocate some funding for the festival. The committee has not put any money really forth yet. We have been relying on grants and sponsorships. So we are going to be asking for up to $2,500. We are not exactly sure of the amount. We're hoping to get a few more sponsorships. But anyway, we can start with the art walk update, and I'm gonna kind of turn it over to Meg for her parts, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, so we have all the food carts situated now. Where did we leave off on last time? I just read this. We've gotten a few more sponsorships. So the total amount we've received from sponsorships is $1,950 so far. And then like Michelle said, we have 2 grants that we've received. The CDA grant was $2,000 and the tourism grant was $1,250. And then we have all the demo artists situated for the most part. We have 35 artists total now. That's including the demo artists. What else am I missing? Now we're working on getting volunteers, as you guys saw my email today.
I had a real hard time with Sign Up Genius today. I tried to get on it like 3 or 4 times. And it kept crashing. So I don't know if it's, and I just used them for a different project and it wasn't working well there either. But if you feel like you're not getting signups, you might try rebooting the link or doing something with it.
Okay.
We did get 2 today.
I just
Okay.
did it while we were hanging out here. I just signed up, but that doesn't mean other people didn't have issues.
And it might have just been, it might have been me, but I know I was having it at another time with a different project. So just.
Yeah, I don't know, because we did have 2 people sign up today for it, and Katie, if you just signed up, that's 3. So maybe just try it again later. Kendra, I don't know. If you're still having trouble, let me know. I'm the one who set it up, and this
Okay.
is the first I've heard that anybody's had a problem.
Okay, maybe it's me then. Sorry.
That's okay, but I want to know if you're still having the problem so that I can figure out what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. Because I sent it out to the whole Girl Scout troop because we have a photographer mom in the group. So
Nice.
We've sent it to a lot of places. Meg's been sending it, Abby's been sending it, I've been sending it. So if it's not working, we definitely need to know right away.
I guess the only other update is we're working on sending ads out right now. So you'll start seeing them in some publications that you might receive at home, and also maybe ones that you pick up for free at the co-op or wherever. And then I started working on the map this week, but it's not quite ready to share yet. So you all might not see the map until the day of the event. But the planning committee will see it before then. So that's pretty much it for me.
Meg,
Meg,
is the map, oh, sorry, I was just wondering, does the map indicate where the artists are stationed?
Yeah, I have like little squares on, but obviously that's gonna have to be updated because I don't know where they're all going. So right now they're just kind of a placeholder.
Okay,
We'll have to discuss that probably later.
Meg, did you say that you were going to provide tables for the demo artists, or do we have to bring those?
Yes, I did tell you that we would get a table for you. It'll either be like
okay.
a personal table, or I think City Hall has tables we can use.
We have a bunch.
I do need to tally up how many people need tables, because I know that Triangular Door needs at least one table, maybe two. And then Lindsay Swaddell, is that how you say her name? She asked to have multiple chairs because she's doing the caricatures. And so sometimes she says she has like a family that sits down and she'll do the whole family. So she needs like 4 to 5 folding chairs. So we can get all that from City Hall, Abby?
I think we should have enough for everything we need. And I think there's a cart. I don't know, like, I don't really have a way to transport them aside from like literally just pushing the cart there. But I can
Okay.
get my exercise that way.
I mean, we could load up cars too.
Maria, do you want chairs as well, or just a table?
Yeah, I'll take 3 chairs.
And just
They're
one table
available.
or 2 tables?
2 would be ideal
Okay.
if you have them. I
Okay.
have 1, so if you aren't able to get more, I could bring mine.
Okay.
We need
And
one
then- You're probably gonna email us before the event, but are we supposed to be there like at 9, or what time should we be there to set up?
I'm setting up times with the demo artist, so I haven't reached out to you yet, but you can basically just tell us what time frame you want to do. So most of the other demo artists are doing like 2 to 3 hour time frames.
Oh,
The class-
perfect. I was wondering if I was had to be there the whole day.
No, yeah. So you
Okay.
you can just tell me what time you plan to arrive, and I'll put you on, like, the map will have a schedule of when the demo artist will be there.
Okay, great.
Is there anything
Are
else?
Are you gonna need volunteers the night before to move things from City Hall and that kind of stuff?
I don't think we'll need them the night before. We're gonna be there early on Saturday morning. And so I think, we probably won't need to, unless you guys want to move stuff down to Capitol. I'm sure they would let us store stuff down there. If you want to move the tables and stuff before, we could do it on Friday night. I guess it's up to you guys.
Yeah, they would have room in that back room where they allocated for the 2019 art walk, that back room. I bet they would let us use that. That might be a better idea, just with all the traffic with artists coming in to get them down
Well,
there on Friday.
Dawn offered a space for the bands to put their equipment, but Friday night they're likely to have other gigs. And so we could probably put it in the space that she was going to designate for the band equipment,
Okay,
I think. And she's also going to give us a room for the volunteers to kind of coordinate if they like. We'll have snacks and they can leave their items in there. She said the door can be locked. We will probably have some volunteer snacks on a table by the information booth as well. And so I'm working on that. What else have we been talking about, Meg?
I guess it just is kind of coming down to funds, allocating funds. So right now, in what we have received from outside sources is $6,750, but overall, the estimated total right now is $8,445. So we're about 2,000 short, I guess a little less than that. So that's why we need to ask the Arts Committee for funds. I think we'll only need like 2,000 of it, but we were thinking not to exceed 2,500 in case like things come up at the last minute and we have emergencies. But
Just so you guys know, the way that I'm handling the expenditures is I'm coding everything first. Every arts committee expenditure first is going to the operating budget because that expires at the end of the year. So once that 5,000 is done, only then will I begin tapping into the non-lapsing fund, which includes all of the donations. And sponsorships and everything like that, because those can roll over.
Okay, that makes sense.
Does that mean then that we don't need to allocate funds? Do we have enough between the donations that we got? And I mean, what else have we spent from the operational budget so far? I don't think anything yet.
We have, but it's been little piddly stuff. Mostly, actually, it's been the reimbursements to you guys for the stamps and purchases for youth center. And then Expressively You, did we have to prepay, Lindsay? Okay, she's on there. And then the 3 $50 charges for participating in the Momoka Gallery Night. We have artists stationed in city buildings. So that's in there. And then there's a Facebook ad from late February. So maybe that was an early ad we did for the art walk. I actually can't remember what we had been doing on Facebook. And
I think that was our call for artists ad.
oh yeah, yep, thank you. That was the call. So that's all we've done so far.
Okay, well, how do you all feel about allocating funds from the operational budget? And then, as Abby said, that's got to be used by the end of the year. But if we have to use don't we have to use the donations that we got for the art walk?
Yeah, and I think we could make an argument that we are, because I mean, as long as we are spending all of the money that is being donated on the art walk, you know, I don't think people care whether it comes from our non-lapsing fund or our expenditure fund.
Okay, all right, so let's discuss that. How do you guys feel about giving us some funds for the art walk?
I think it's completely appropriate.
Question. I mean, do we want to just go ahead and make a motion to, so you guys are asking for 25?
Not to
Up
exceed.
to.
Ideally, we'll use as little as possible, but we need
Before we vote on this, please cut me off if I'm being just out there. The poster is so cool. Do you think that we would be, do you think it would be good to do like a t-shirt that we could sell of the poster? You know how they do at the art fair on the square?
Or maybe we could just
Oh,
sell
yeah.
posters and Aaron could.
Or sell
autograph them.
posters, yeah.
Aaron could.
And I
maybe
wonder
sign
if
them.
part of, you know, what we're about to vote on could include the cost of printing either the posters, more posters, or larger posters, or whatever, or t-shirts or whatever.
I think t-shirts would be maybe too expensive, because aren't they about $20 each?
And it's hard to guess how many we would need of what size. I
Sizes.
totally understand that.
Yeah, you can do prints for fairly cheap. People keep telling me to do this at my booth, and I'd be
Yeah.
perfectly fine actually not taking anything for myself and letting any of those profits go to the non-lapsing fund. Like,
Are you
you know.
sure?
oh yeah, I'm completely sure.
Because-
But yeah, it's a lot of people that can't afford, you know, like large pieces of art love to go to the art show and just have something to come home with. So something like, I don't know, like 11 by 17 might, or even bigger, you know, might be a good thing where people could actually take it. I'd be perfectly fine with that. That's a great idea.
And
Of the
would it
poster?
say Middleton Art Walk like our poster, or would it just be your print?
I don't know. I'll leave that up to our graphic designer there. She could probably tell you what would look best with that.
I mean, if I think about somebody wanting to hang something in their house, I'm not envisioning them wanting something that says art walk. But yes, I definitely think they would enjoy having the zebra.
Well,
then
it's
I
so
feel like-
cool.
But then I feel like Erin needs to get the profits from that. It's her artwork. So,
Right. And some people used to collect like concerts on the square posters. There was one every year. There's the Dane County posters. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, however it's easiest done, you could go to me and then I could make a donation back to the, I mean, honestly, it's an honor just to have my work represented for the event. So in the whole purpose of me being on this committee, or the reason why I wanted to be on that, is furthering art and development in our community. So in that light, I would be perfectly happy to have any kind of profits go towards non-lapsing funds so that we can further, other artwork in the community.
I was part of this one fair, and I'm not sure, some artists, I don't know how they felt, but about this, but what they did was they asked each artist if they could donate a little piece. It didn't matter what piece it was. It could be a little tiny thing or whatever. And then they were auctioning that off. The organization was auctioning all of these pieces off to continue to fund this fair the following year.
Yeah, that's great, Maria. Thank you. Because Art Fair Off the Square does that every year too. I didn't think of that.
We are going to be auctioning off Triangulator's artwork, and that money will be going toward next year's youth center project.
Awesome.
And so Meg's been working with him, but he's doing 10 pieces and then he's doing the 2 trash cans. And so we'll be doing a silent auction for his items that day.
should we make it a larger silent auction and ask other people? I don't know. It's a lot to coordinate though.
Yeah, we're kind of down last minute. Maybe that'd be something to do for next year.
Yeah,
Because we're only 3 weeks away.
yeah.
There's something I could ask. So with the Middleton Chamber celebration every year, they have a very easy online platform. And I remember talking to the committee heads, and it's free. So people can actually submit bids, even after they've left, and keep checking it and stuff. I would be interested if that's easy enough to set up.
We discussed that, but we're not sure that we have a good enough online presence to pull that off.
Mm.
Oh, I meant just for people at the event, you could have, something you can scan so that if people,
right.
I like that,
with
but
your phone.
my kid's pitching a fit and I need to leave, but I want to,
It's like a QR code or something that you scan.
I can reach out to the chamber and find out what they use. And
What time
Yeah.
is Triangulator scheduled for, Meg?
I don't know. I think the last I heard was he'll be there from 11 to 4.
Okay, I was just thinking if he's still doing the work though, people won't really have a chance to see it all.
Yeah, he works really fast, he said.
Okay,
we discussed that as well, and we were hoping that maybe he would be wrapped up by around 2.
I think he's only going to be actually painting for an hour.
okay, cool.
So.
Well, how about, okay, so I think maybe because some artists won't be able to donate. I know because I don't usually have prints. I know I don't donate a several $100 painting to these auctions usually, but it doesn't do any harm to send out an email and see if any artists would be interested in that.
I just don't think we have time, honestly. Meg and I have been doing a ton of stuff. We are both overwhelmed, and I just don't, at this late point, I really, really don't think that we should be embarking on another thing right now.
I totally get it. I didn't want to take us down this rabbit hole, but I do think people would buy extra copies of the poster if you guys think that would be worthwhile.
Why don't I look into how much that would cost, on my end, and have that available, and then, whatever price line I can use that towards.
I was referring more to the auction and taking
Yeah.
on another event.
I totally understand. Yeah.
We are planning to get the posters printed professionally next week. So, I mean, we could up the quantity and just have them at the tourism booth. I don't even know, where would we have them?
That's where I would do it, because I think they're going
Or would
to
it-
put information out too. So
Or would it be at Erin's booth? Maybe they'd be at Erin's booth and they would pay her. That might be easier.
I think they might get more exposure at the tourism booth though, but maybe not. Maybe we
Okay.
could have them at both places. We could have them in Aaron's booth and we could have them at the tourism table.
Well,
So-
how about we make like a follow-up meeting as like a committee to discuss that? Because now that Girl Scout crazy cookie season is over, I could probably take on something extra
I mean,
between
like
now and
a
then.
subcommittee meeting? A
Yeah.
working group? Okay. So
Yeah.
so back to the allocation of funds. I don't actually think we need to work that into the to not exceed, because we already
Okay.
have funds in the budget for printing and it's probably more than we actually will end up needing. I believe we have $250 in the budget for printing.
Okay.
I think-
Is
Yeah.
the tourism booth where the map pickup is gonna be located?
We have not discussed that yet.
I think so. I'm gonna actually talk to Julie about that and see how much stuff they want to have at the information or at the tourism booth, but she said that they could hand out information as well. So let me touch base with her and see, you know, kind of what they have going on. But we haven't talked about it for a while either. I haven't talked with tourism about it for a while and kind of what level of involvement they're gonna have. So I'll work on that.
Sounds good.
So
do
do we
have
have a
any
motion yet?
We do not.
Oh, I'll move that we approve the allocation of funding for the art walk not to exceed $2,500.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Was that Maria? Who was the, oh, Kendra?
Sorry.
Anyone opposed?
No.
Everyone's so quiet.
All right, well, then the motion carries and we can,
It's- Just had a couple more things on the art walk, just really quickly, if you'll indulge me.
okay,
So we have 29 artists, so they're all listed on the Facebook event, and I've been going through and posting the artist statements on the event as they come in. We haven't gotten statements from a lot of them, but if you guys share like some of those onto your own Facebook page, that will help get more people excited. I'm also trying to collect items here for the library display case, because we have that lobby case the whole month of May, where we're gonna invite artists to actually show one of their pieces that will be displayed to help advertise for the event. And then we can have like a sign at the front. I'm hoping that we can flip and say, thanks for a great art walk event. If we knew we wanted to have one for sure next year, we could also say, sorry if you missed us, join us May blah, blah, blah of next year. But I think that's TBD. L&O approved the special event permit on 4/12. And the only thing that I feel like is really hanging out there right now is when we first accepted all of the artists, we said that we would be in touch with them in mid-April to give them more details about setup and the location of where they would be stationed. So if that map is going to have like a number that corresponds to the artist, we can just use that. And I think that would get them kind of excited to see more of the layout of the event. But Meg, you've been doing so much. No pressure to get it done, because I know you're just doing this as a volunteer and you have done an inordinate amount of work, and I thank you.
Yeah, I probably can get you at least like a draft tomorrow, but I'm sure there's gonna be changes because I mean, I don't know how we want to organize the artists and where they go. And I tried to put the demo artists kind of in like the main center walking areas. So anyway, we can do that as a working group, I think, and figure that
Yes.
out.
Do you guys want me to send you a calendar invite for a meeting with the working group on Friday, the 29th? Or sooner?
if you want the map done, we'll have to do it sooner than that. If you want to send the map out to the artists.
Monday, the 25th at noon?
I can't do that.
Monday, the 25th at 9 a.m.
Yes, I can do that.
I have all staff meeting.
Tuesday, the 26th at 2 p.m.
Yes.
I can do that.
Michelle?
I'll go with it. Monday and Tuesday are bad, but I'll make it work.
Okay.
And Meg, I can
also-
help with the map stuff before then, just like varying artists by medium and stuff like that.
Okay,
I can do.
okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you wanted the artists to be all together in the same medium, because I feel like maybe it's better to be split
No, I don't
apart,
think
Yeah.
so, right? So they're not
Yeah.
like sharing.
You
Also,
want to
Abby-
wait. You want to put the same media together?
No, usually just like alternate them.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna suggest too, is to mix them up.
Okay. Abby, so we also on Facebook could share the demo artists, because I know you said the 29 artists, but we have 6 demo artists. You already shared Maria.
Yeah, I shared Maria. Oh, that's a good point. I need to
Oh, you
reach
could
out to
do-
demos and ask them for a artist statement and picture.
Yeah, and then we do need to do a sponsorship post, because we said that in our sponsorship form that we would do a shout out for them on Facebook.
Okay.
Okay, do we have any other art walk things? I don't know, did you share with the group, Abby, that we have radio spots?
I can't remember if we talked about that at the last meeting or not. WPR is, we've advertised with WPR. It's just a short little 15-second segment, and it'll run the week before the event.
Excellent.
I reached out to the art teacher today to see if we're gonna have a high school display as well. They just got done with their fine arts week, which you probably have heard about. And so they were kind of waiting, the teachers were kind of waiting till they had fine arts week wrapped up. So I should hopefully hear back from him soon, and we'll know if we're gonna have a student art display.
Would that be part of the main event, or we're kind of giving up on the idea of putting something over between the Middleton Center buildings, correct?
Yeah, but I don't know, I don't know where we put it or how they want to display it yet. I literally have no details. He just told me that he wanted to do something, but I have not heard back from him what he wants to do. So we don't really know yet.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else? Art committee updates, questions, concerns? Okay, well, we had a motion and it was seconded, and was no one opposing. So can we just move on, Abby, then to the second item?
Yes.
Okay. Katie's nodding yes. Okay, so next we have pop-up summer fun at Lakeview Park in August, and it's allocating funding for that for $500. And Erin, were you the one who was heading that up?
Yeah, so anyone who got their Parks and Rec guide, I haven't gotten mine in the mail, but I saw it with the mayor the other day. So we committed to a couple different spots at the end of the summer, kind of when the regular recreational programming ends and all the, high school sports start up again. And Rebecca Price had said, this is, our gap to fill. So it went over really well last summer. So these are morning spots from 9 to 11. And it's going to be a mix of kind of the crafty younger kids stuff, but also hoping to bring in some of the, older kids to middle school type projects. I have a few architects that work at my firm that are interested in volunteering for that, and then hoping to fill in the rest with some of you committee members. So I don't think we'll need the full $500. I'm just putting it out there. We do have a lot of supplies left from the winter events for both the Halloween event and the Christmas tree lighting event. So up to $500, not to exceed.
Okay, and Do we have any discussion about that? Does anyone have any questions for Erin?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay.
I will
second.
second.
Katie seconds. All right, everybody in favor?
Aye.
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 And I can help out at least some of those days, Erin.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some ideas going in the group, but perfect.
Okay, so then we will move on to item number 3, which would be allocating money for the youth scholarship. This is due right away. We're kind of down to the wire with this as well. The person who was in this position at the school quit and someone else has taken it up. And so we're kind of a little bit behind here. We had previously discussed doing either a $500 scholarship or $1,000 scholarship for someone who's going to be pursuing a career in art and going to either a 2-year or 4-year college, I think. And so what do you guys feel you would like to do for a scholarship? Would you like to do 5 or 1,000?
Is it one scholarship that's 1,000 or 2 scholarships that's 500?
Well, we talked about doing one, but we have the option of doing 2 $500 ones, if that's what you guys want to do. Thoughts?
I'm sorry, who decides who does the allocation? Like it goes to a pot
The
and then there's a
school.
committee at the school? Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, so basically they send you a form and you fill out the form, and I'm not exactly sure where the money exchange takes place. I'll ask her, when they need a check, who to make it out to and so forth, but different businesses and entities fill out this form, they form their own criteria, and then the school, I don't know if it's teachers or exactly who does it, or if they have a committee, but they determine who they think is the best fit for that scholarship.
I remember something like that when I graduated. I would say 2 at 500 is cool. I would support that if we have that in the budget.
Yeah, is that the preferable to help 2 students a little bit rather than one with more money?
I think so. I would agree. Doing 2 is better.
Sounds good.
Okay, somebody want to make a motion to that effect?
I will make a motion to allocate $1,000 for 2 youth scholarships at 500 each. If we can detail that, if not, they can.
Okay, do we have a second?
I can second.
Oh.
All right, so the motion carry, oh, I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so the motion carries. Next, we are going to move on to Make Music Middleton.
Yeah, this is just more of a heads up for the committee. If it's something you want to get involved with, you can. If you don't have to. The Downtown Middleton Business Association, along with the Community Development Authority, have decided to participate in Make Music Day this year. Make Music Day is an opportunity to celebrate music all day on the day of the summer solstice. This year that falls on Tuesday, June 21st. And different communities have participated in different levels. The city of Madison has really taken the lead in organizing a group. They actually have a dedicated 501c3 organization that's organizing hundreds of events all over the city. We're trying to start really small. We are just going to be focusing on downtown this year. Make Music Day is not about bringing in like big bands and paying them lots of money. It's about celebrating music in a number of different ways. So you can have paid gigs. You can also have like somebody who just has an acoustic guitar and wants to host a concert on their porch. So it can be like really low key and laid back. By joining the formal Make Music organization, you open up opportunities to get funding for things like purchasing harmonicas for kids. If you want to have somebody like teach a harmonica lesson, you can get the funds to get the harmonicas delivered here, and then they can be distributed as part of the event. We have identified some locations around downtown where we want to host music. For example, we want to have the senior center band featured at the senior center. We're going to open up some other sites, including the porch of the Rowley House Museum, the green space next to City Hall, the green space in front of the Valencia condos, the TAP, and other locations. So the CDA paid the $325 that's required to get a formal listing on the Make Music website. And I'm working with Andrea Van Nest from the DMBA to try to pair musicians who want to perform that day with locations that can host them, and then also to help get the word out about the Middleton locations. And I guess that's about it.
So if we want to get involved, how do we get, what do they need, funds?
No, but if there were like one particular site that you wanted to be responsible for organizing an event at, you could be like, oh, I would love to have this act and they could perform here, and I will coordinate all of that, get it uploaded onto the website, and then that could be sponsored like by the arts committee, just to help kind of get the word out about the committee.
Okay,
But I know you all have a lot going on too, and I think we can manage without the committee, but I know part of what you've talked about in the past is also supporting performing arts instead of just focusing on visual. It's a little bit outside of the realm of what we've done, so no pressure, but you know, if it was something that you wanted to work on even in future years, it's just more of a heads up.
well, so are we primarily then promoting it? We're not going to have, you don't want us to seek out people, but just share the information with people if they want to participate?
Yeah, I think that would be fine. If you knew of artists who want, you know, who would want to perform, you could let us know and we can link them up with locations. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be best for this year. I do want to support them, but we're a little over capacity.
I guess it just depends on the level of involvement the committee would have to have. If you think it's minimal, we could certainly support it and share it on social media and direct people to you.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good for the first year. And then, you know, you can attend and see what you think. And if you have ideas for improving it for next year, then maybe we decide to make it a little bit more formal next year.
I agree with Meg, though. We've had a lot going on, and so it's, you know, but I think if we have minimal involvement, then we certainly can support the event.
Okay, sounds good.
Do you?
I'm going to email you because I have some ideas. I have like 3 ideas right now. If the CDA is looking for people and I don't know, I just have some ideas, so I will email you separately.
Cool, thank you.
Do we need a motion, Abby, or would this just was for discussion?
Just for discussion.
Okay. Any other questions or anything else, comments? Okay, well then we'll move to Youth Center update. We have been plugging away on the project. We have started gluing our pieces together and we have our fingers crossed that everything's going to fit and work and we measured correctly. I'm not exactly sure how many buildings we have. I would say 8 to 10. The kids were hoping to have it done before the art festival, but I'm not sure that that's going to happen. It'll depend, I guess. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think they've got too much still to do. We just glued, you know, we just glued the support pieces last week. So now everything else has to be glued together. I'm going to be gone during the May time. And so Meg is going to be there and she's going to take over the gluing. If anybody wants to join her, that is at 4 o'clock on the first Wednesday of the month. I'm sure she would welcome help. But the kids are very excited about it coming to completion. And I'm looking for a place to display it. I think I'll reach out to Jocelyn and see if the library might display it until school starts again. Because it won't do much good to display it at the library at the school with school ending. So that's kind of where we're at on that. We're getting ready to wrap up.
So after we glue it next time, the final meeting or whatever you call it, you're just doing like touch-up paint, or what's the?
Yeah, just whatever we don't, or if something needs to be, you know, I think that probably you'll be gluing the sides on when you're there next time, and then we'll have to do the roofs in June for the last one. I would like to do a little opening for them if we have it at the library. So I might come back and ask for a little bit of money or use whatever's left in my budget for like some refreshments and stuff and have a little opening for them. They've worked really hard on it. We've had about 3 that have been really dedicated in there every time. And then we've had as many as 12 or 15 kids and as few as 2. So it's just kind of been all over the board. But yeah, so that's where we're at with that.
Can I ask a question regarding the youth center project?
Yeah.
Michelle?
Yeah.
Would the kids be upset if we glued the pieces together without them?
Yes,
Okay.
I think they would. They've been waiting to glue since the first session.
My thought was like, if we glued the pieces together without them, and then I came in next time and they finished, you know, like putting on the.
They really were looking forward to the gluing, so no, I don't think they'll be, they would be less than thrilled with that.
Okay, all right, scrap that
Because
idea.
I considered that myself last time I was there. I considered just bringing all the pieces home and setting them up on my dining room table, but then I was like, they were really excited. For like the last 3 weeks, they've asked me if we were gonna, or 3 times they've asked me when we're gonna start gluing, so.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is on Wednesday, May 4th. You need help
May 4th
May 4th.
at 4 p.m.
Mhm.
at 4, yep.
Okay, I can join you, Meg.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you, Erin.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty much all I have with that. So since we were just updating, I guess we can move on to the call for artists for the utility boxes, which we have been working on for the last few months. So Abby, are you going to update us on that?
Yeah, I have to apologize to the group that I was delinquent in getting the call out. So I had to change the deadline. So the new deadline to submit is Friday, May 13th, which is the Friday before our May Arts Committee meeting on the 19th. So the call for artists is now loaded on the city website in the document center. It is on the city's Facebook page. I still need to send it over to Ann Katz at Arts Wisconsin. And by the way, she's leading the Make Music as well. So I've been communicating with her a lot more than usual about the Make Music thing. So I'm going to send that to her. And then I'm also going to distribute it to our listserv, post it on our website. Right now it's just hidden as a link in our document center. So you can click the link to open it up on our website, but it's not showing on the public art page yet, but I will get that done. And then I need to send it to our artists list, most importantly. So I will get that out tomorrow. But you can, if you want to view it before then, you can go to the city's Facebook page and it's the most recent post on the page.
Okay.
And share it with everyone you know.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, so any questions or comments on utility box call for artists? All right, then let's go ahead and move on to the AIM display at Stonehorse Green.
Yeah, so I mentioned this briefly. We have 10 artists, well, 10 pieces of artwork that are going to be displayed on the banner at the Stonehorse Green site. The scrim had to be scaled back dramatically because our cost estimate came in 16 times over the budgeted amount that we had for it. So we scaled it back. So there will be like a 20-foot long panel on the south side that will include the 10 pieces of artwork in their frame with the artist's name below. And I mailed out the checks to the artists today that were selected. So that is pretty well done, aside from being printed and installed. And once it is installed, I'll post it on the city Facebook page, and I'll try to get it up on the public art page as well.
You have a timeline for when that's going to be installed?
It already should have been up because they told us 7 days. So Daphne Shu in our office has been coordinating with them. I mean, I would like to see it up tomorrow. If they don't get it up soon, I think we need to reach out to them because it really should be up by now.
That's really cool that you guys did that. I'm really excited to see it.
Yes, it'll dress up that temporary fencing.
Yes.
All right, any other questions or comments on AIM? Okay, let's move on to funding.
And I don't have any updates on these items, but I do have an update on the self-made man conservation. The council approved the contract with Megan Mackey on Tuesday night. So we're working on getting it routed for signatures so that she can start this summer as scheduled.
Yay! Before he continues to bleed more.
Yes.
Or, yes. Okay, that's good news. Do we want to maybe discuss these funding things once we get past the art walk and take that up when we have less things going on?
Yes, once we get past the craziness.
All right. Do we need a motion to do that, to table it, or?
If you want, I can just leave it on your agenda just as kind of a reminder / placeholder. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. If you want me to take it off, I can.
No, I think we should leave it on. I think we
Yeah,
need to spend those roundabout funds. We need a project to put it towards,
Mhm.
like a big project. Well,
Yeah.
big, I guess it's only, what was it, $12,000?
Yes.
Okay. So a smallish project.
yes.
You could fund the rest of the fence for Stonehorse Green. Joke.
Okay, well, that concludes our program. Does anybody have anything else? No? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you.
Thanks,
at the art
guys.
walk.
Thanks
Thank
for your
you.
hard work.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
looks great with Art Walk. Good job, guys.
Bye. Good night, everyone.